With the addition of a potential star wide receiver on night one of the NFL Draft 24, could the Panthers use their 2 seconds and their third to add to that roster and possibly create a new legacy under Dan Morgan and Dave Canellis? Find out next on Growlin' and Prowlin'. Welcome back, you guys. Thank you all for joining us as we wrap up this second night of the NFL Draft. And I'm kind of perplexed. Many of the sports writers gave the Carolina Panthers a C+ for their drafting of Xavier Legette last night. And rightfully so. But I do want to explain something that Dan Morgan mentioned in his press conference, and I did not allude to this. This was actually rather ingenious of him. He said he took Legette in the first round. He wanted to trade in and to get him in the first round because he wanted to get that fifth-year option on him, which makes sense. It really does. If he turns out to be the type of player that we anticipate him, well, he anticipates him being. But enough about that. Let's get on with the results from the night. Well, we started the night by trading out of the next pick that we had, which was the 39th selection, you guys. And I thought this was a pretty darn impressive move, moving out of this position and getting back a second round pick. That was a really good job that we were capable of doing. I like the move. As I said, we were able to get the 52nd pick, and then we were able to attain a second round pick in next year's draft, which many of you guys, if you don't know, we lost our second pick in the Chicago Bears #1 draft pick last year. That is why Scott Fitter is no longer employed. And I got to take exception with ESPN, guys. You see they say key departures. They made mention of Scott Fitterer, Frank Wright, Thomas Brown, and of course Brian Burns. How are those key departures when we lost Frankie Louvu, Jeremy Chin, and Edo Gross Matos? Not to mention, let's not even pretend that these guys meant that much to us. I'm sorry, you can't come up with any better key departures than that.
What a dumbass.
Shut up, shithead.
That just baffles me in so many different ways.
So?
Those guys are key departures?
Why don't you explain it to me?
I'll explain it to you.
I mean, Dante Jackson?
What the
Von Bell? I didn't know if I wanted to get mad or just like, really?
You fucking idiot.
Those are key departures.
You can't handle the truth.
Coaches that were here for 11 games. One coach that was here for 11 games. One coach that's going to be notorious for making one of the worst trades, I would say, in NFL history. And it's not because Bryce Young is bad. It was just an absolute stupid overhaul of picks.
Son of a bitch!
You shouldn't be paying for a pick 3 seasons down. That's just no. You shouldn't get another team should not get 3 seasons of picks to move up 8 spots. And then you get a superstar player on top of it. Even I had enough sense to know you don't make that, but that's for another show, you guys. Guys, I'm just going to say that what's really difficult is watching the wheeling and dealings here. when Morgan got back that second pick, I was really ecstatic. But then he turned right back around. He traded back to the 45th pick. And this one blew my mind. Jonathan Brooks?
Well, I'm afraid I'm going to have to know a little bit more than that.
I get it. 6 foot 207. And I think he ran a 4.39 40. But here's the problem. Deontay Foreman. Morgan. This guy was the epitome of what what keep pounding's all about. We had a team that was on the verge of, was on the cusp of getting back into the playoffs. When we had Steve Wilkes had us running the football and playing good defense. And Deontay Foreman, as well as one Chuba Hubbard, were leading the charge. You had that hard-hitting, scat-back type dynamic, which I don't understand why we had to take a guy in the draft. Because realistically, as much as I think Brooks could be a good player, I just don't think we take him here. I don't think you take this guy here, because here's the thing. You trade back up and get Jonathan Brooks. There's only two guys that I was really, really wanting between that 52nd pick that we traded away. 6th pick, excuse me, you guys. And that would have been Mason Smith out of LSU and Chris Jenkins out of Michigan. Both defensive tackles. And possibly a Donnie Mitchell. But guys, and that's the thing that I did not understand. And then you could argue and say, look, guy like Chris Bracewell, who was actually just as good, if I'm not going to say better, as his counterpart, Dallas Turner. And I just don't like the fact that as soon as we drafted this guy, then, it wasn't as soon as. It's ironic that the very pick that we traded from and moved up from, Donnie Mitchell got drafted there.
It's not funny.
So I'm just going to go on record and say I wanted Mitchell over Legette. I wanted him because I felt like his ability to high point the football has a higher ceiling than one Xavier Legette. But he is a thicker, larger receiver. Like I've said, we've got two Jonathan Mingos, and a lot of people say, oh, that's not fair to compare him to him. And I'm tired of hearing this notion that Jonathan Mingo was a disappointment. Let's just call it what it was. The whole season was a disappointment. Nate Panther Nation, you know that. And I'm tired of reporters saying that. And for the record, let's stop this notion that we need to draft a tight end, okay? As I said, I'm going to put a show out there that shows you why we don't need a tight end. And that Tommy Tremble is that guy. And I'm still going to do the Terrace Marshall show, guys, and show you guys what we left on the field. What we failed to utilize. But let's go to the third pick in the third round, which really baffled me. I get it. Linebacker Trevon Wallace out of Kentucky. Now, I love the tape on him, but I'm sitting here looking at this, and I'm thinking to myself, where is this guy going to play at? I mean, don't get me wrong, Dane Jackson's a good player. Troy Hill's definitely got the slot on lock. I like Dane Jackson, but here's the thing. TJ Tampa is just lurking there. I don't know what it is about this guy that people are just running from. I love this guy's length. I mean, you literally are going to have to run by this guy because he's so physical. But I'm sitting here looking at this, and I'm like, where's he going to fit? You've got Josie Jewell and Shaq Thompson on the inside. Trevon Wallace is going to, I don't know. This is just baffling to me. I mean, I'm sitting here looking at this, and I'm not understanding where this is coming from. It's just like, now I'm seeing, and you guys, if you guys don't know me, I'm a Notre Dame fan. I'm just now seeing that the Cowboys took Maris Leofau, and I'm just thinking, I get it. He's not an inside guy. Leofau is a blitz guy. He's an edge guy, and I'm sitting here thinking we need one of these guys. When are we going to go and get us an edge guy? And we have not. We have yet to get an edge guy. Who knows? Maybe maybe that's the plan here. Maybe that's what they're going to use him at. They're not going to use him on the inside. Maybe they're going to use him on the outside. Maybe Coach Xavier wants to use an assortment of blitzers. I don't know. But yeah, that's the way it looks right now, you guys. It's looking like that the Carolina Panthers are going to be content with Xavier Legette, Jonathan Brooks, running back out of Texas, and Trevon Wallace out of linebacker out of Kentucky. And guys, we've got 4 picks remaining, and I don't know. I really don't. And as I said, we've already had a C or B minus in reference to a lot of the individuals that are out there grading our draft. And like I said, I'm not a big fan of what we've done so far, especially with the Jonathan Brooks selection, you guys. And I know what a lot of people are going to say, give it a chance, but I can't. You're taking running backs too high, especially if they're not Braylon Allen. I don't care what anybody says. Braylon Allen is going to be a stud. Mark that down. I like to give these predictions, you guys, because we can go back and we can talk about them. I definitely don't mind being called on it, but I think we made a huge mistake taking Brooks this high when we should have taken Braylon Allen. He's a big guy, a huge running back, over 235 pounds. You get that kind of back with Bryce Young, guess what? You get that guy laying on you, guess what? It is not going to be fun. But guys, let me know what you think about the Carolina Panthers and their first picks, their first 3 picks, and let me know if you have any problems with them, what you like about them, or if you think we should stick where we are. Just let me know what you think. And if you disagree with what my analysis of it is, then sure, let me know. But thank you so much, guys, for watching the content. There are so many more of you guys out there that are subscribed. I'm going to give you guys shout outs. I'm just so busy with this draft. I was finally able to get it loaded up on my flat screen here. But until the next time, you guys, keep prowling the airwaves and keep growling out. Keep pounding.